she's crying at this time of year. Recognize that. Thank you, Miss Eva.
Okay. Just look out and they feel like they're about to get up. And just smile at them. That's okay. 3 seconds.
guys excited? I'm excited.
We have 1 minute left. Good evening. Good evening. My name is Angela Shervanak, and I'm a secondary literacy curriculum specialist for Polk County Public Schools. We are very pleased that so many of you were able to join us in recognizing and honoring these incredibly talented students. George Edward Woodbury said about poetry that a marvelous power of expression over language often distinguishes genius. And tonight, we have the unique opportunity to see and hear that marvelous power crafted through our students' poems, and we would like to honor their genius of using the written word to produce unique images, feelings, and expressions of ideas. We would like to take a few moments to recognize the very important people behind these students' achievements. For who inspires our students, motivates and demands the thoughts, hard work, and revisions to create award-winning works of art, if not our teachers. None of this would be possible. This year's anthology is dedicated to all of the teachers who inspire their students and instill a love of creative writing. If you are a teacher, we would like to ask you to please stand. We would like to salute your passion for language, your commitment to your students, and your hard work each day seeking the best. Thank you, teachers. You may be seated. This evening, we're here to celebrate the unveiling of the annual Poetry Anthology in its 49th edition to honor excellence in poetry. But our program of recognizing our students would not have been possible without many hours of judging and organizing the anthologies and awards for this evening. First, I would like to recognize Polk County English teachers and the Polk County District Literacy Team, especially those English teachers, district senior coordinators, and curriculum specialists who volunteered a Saturday morning for judging. To briefly explain the process of judging, all of the poem entries were printed without names, without school information, and each was given a number. The judges served on a grade level in which they do not currently teach, so the judging was totally anonymous. They picked the top 10 poems for each grade, and the top 3 were also in an anonymous blind panel vote, so we want to especially thank all of our judges. We would like to take a moment to honor a very special teacher who lost a fierce battle with cancer just this past weekend. Mr. Greg Guy was a beloved English teacher at Citrus Ridge, a civics academy. He started teaching there when the school opened, and he was the first teacher there to encourage his students to enter this poetry contest. We were impressed when one of his students won first place that very year. We invited Mr. Guy to become a judge, and he was a judge for several years. We were impressed with his knowledge, positive attitude, and passion for poetry. His family at Citrus Ridge considered him their own resident poet, and we know he will be greatly missed by all of his friends and family. For his commitment to this contest and the obvious creativity he inspired in his students, we honor Greg Guy's life as a teacher and friend. Now I would like to welcome our esteemed guests. Representing Polk County Public School District, we have the Senior Director of Literacy for Polk County Public Schools, Victoria McKenzie. We would also like to recognize the principals, assistant principals, and any other school-based administrators who have joined us to celebrate their students. Assisting with the presentation of awards is Jennifer Glasgow, Elementary Literacy Curriculum Specialist, and Diane Plowden, Secondary Literacy Curriculum Specialist. Assisting with the visual presentation backstage is Kyle Ford, a Literacy Curriculum Specialist. And organizing and guarding the anthologies in the lobby is Mika Volk, a Secondary Literacy Curriculum Specialist, Victoria Johnson, a Senior Coordinator for Instruction, and Liz Worthington, a Social Studies Curriculum Specialist, as well as many other volunteers. I thank them all for being here and helping with this presentation for our students and teachers. We would also like to extend our thanks to the Polk County Public School staff that lent their voices to record excerpts from each of the winning poets. We appreciate the care each of these volunteers put into bringing these beautiful works of poetry to life. Our distinguished guests, parents, language arts supporters, and educators, the time is here, the main reason that we have gathered tonight, to honor and recognize these incredibly talented students who are sitting before you. Students, thank you for sharing your talents with us. We have been blessed with your presence in our classrooms this year. Tonight, we honor you. Would all the students please stand to be recognized for their efforts this year in the poetry contest? Thank you, students. You can be seated. And it is with great pleasure that we will now unveil the 2025 Poetry Anthology. I would like to invite to the podium Victoria McKenzie, Senior Director of Literacy.
Good evening. In 1976, a small group of English teachers began the first Polk County Poetry Contest, inviting all 6th through 12th grade schools to submit student poetry. Mary Mayberry was one of those founding teachers. Teaming up with another English teacher, Robert Fisher, she helped found the Polk County Council of Teachers of English Student Poetry Contest, which has encouraged and recognized the writing talents of thousands of Polk County students for the past 49 years. Mary Mayberry passed away in 2021. In her memory, we established an award in her honor, the Mary Mayberry Award for Excellence in Poetry for the top middle school grade level poem. And starting just 3 years ago, the anthology has been printed as a flip book. So the middle school cover and poems will be on one side, and the high school anthology has been printed on the other side. We will now have the reading of this year's middle school winner. The title of the middle school anthology for 2025 is to live another day, dancing in the sky, from the poem, The Swallow and the Mockingbird. We would like to invite our winner on stage, Scarlett Susie, who's already here. She's a 7th grade student of Crystal Robinson from Berkeley Accelerated Middle and Advanced Studies. It is also my honor to present the Robert J. Fisher Award for Excellence in Poetry. This award was established by the Polk County Council of Teachers of English to honor Robert J. Fisher for his vision in beginning the poetry contest and supporting it through the years. This beloved founder passed away in 2023 during his many years of service to education as a teacher of speech, drama, and English as Language Arts Department Chair and Curriculum Coordinator at Haines City High School, and as Language Arts Supervisor for Polk County. Robert J. Fisher has encouraged many generations of students and teachers to strive for excellence. This award in his name has been given each year to the most outstanding entry in the poetry contest. From this entry, the high school anthology receives its theme and title. We will now have the reading of this year's winner. The title for our high school poetry anthology for 2025 is The Truth Will Rise Unchained, Untold, from the poem Echoes of the Unspoken. And our winner, Faith Okarafer, is an 11th grade student of Ola Harb and is an international baccalaureate student at Bartow High School. Congratulations to these winning poets.
At this time, we will recognize the student winners from the different grade levels. As I introduce the presenters of these awards, I will ask them to stand. The presenters are as follows. Phrase poems will be announced by Diane Plowden, Secondary Literacy Curriculum Specialist. 6th grade, Christopher Martinez Masso, English Language Arts Teacher, Southwest Middle School. 7th and 8th grades, Nick Johnston, English Language Arts Teacher at Haines City High School IB. 9th grade, Michelle Barr, English Language Arts Teacher, George Jenkins High School. Tenth grade, Donna Shattuck, English Language Arts Teacher at Lakeland Senior High School. 11th grade, Elizabeth Rosales, English Language Arts Teacher at Southwest Middle School. And 12th grade, Samantha Surency, English Language Arts teacher, Sleepy Hill Middle School. A note to our winning poets. When you're called on stage, please enter the stage using the stairs on your left. Proceed on stage, receive congratulations, and accept your award. Please remain on stage until all the grade level winning poets are on the stage. Then exit using the stairs to your right. We'll begin with the category of Phrase Poem Awards. Our judges select one poem from each grade level to be the phrase poem for the grade. All phrase poems have been illustrated. The middle school cover is by visual arts instructor Ingrid Iglesias Torres from McLaughlin Academy of Excellence. The high school cover is by visual arts teacher Sarah Chambers, and the title pages have been illustrated by her art students from Davenport High School. At this time, Diane Plowden will announce the phrase poem winners.
It is my pleasure to announce the winners of the phrase poems for the 2025 Poetry Anthology. Winners, please come forward to receive your awards. Please hold your applause until all the winners have been announced. Also, with the teachers, please stand to be recognized when their names are called. Lucia Molina, please come to the stage to receive the first award for the 6th grade phrase, which is, "World, forget me, for my pen has become a knife." The poem is titled, "Please Forget Me," and Lucia is from Resurrection Catholic School and is a student of Karina Zhin. The 7th grade phrase winner is Daniel Sepulveda, whose phrase is, "The chip paint of the Porch Swing creaks a song." The poem is Porch Swing. Daniel is a student of Medicine Blair at Rosabelle Blake Academy. Giovanni Hernandez, your poem was chosen for the 8th grade phrase, "A Constant Restless Hum of Longing and Hope," from the poem titled "The Journey of an Immigrant." And Giovanni is from Sleepy Hill Middle School and is a student of Samantha Surency. And if your name is called, make sure you come up, please. The 9th grade winning poet phrase is by Kennedy Samuel, whose phrase is, "For you hold the mirror reflecting my true identity." The poem is titled "Allegory of Autophobia," and Kennedy is a student of Lindsay Hanger at International Baccalaureate at Bartow High School. Maritza LaRoche is the 10th grade phrase winner for the poem "Take the Chance." The phrase is, "Akin to a butterfly, my dreams fluttered around me." Maritza is a student of Maritza Jimenez at Davenport High School. Selected as the poet for phrase from the 11th grade is Emily Mustafa for "The Pen Traverses Through the Sea." From the poem "The Pen," Emily is a student of Stacy Shubley and a Cambridge student at Winter Haven High School. Completing our phrase poem awards for the 12th grade is Brian DePaz Esteban with the phrase, "Be a note within the anthem, a thread within the woven sound," from the poem "Chorus of Voices." Brian is a Cambridge student of Stacy Shubley at Winter Haven High School. Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you.
Hi. It is my pleasure to announce the winners of the 6th grade poetry contest. Ooh, sorry. We would like for all of the 6th grade poets who entered this contest to stand at this time and be recognized. Thank you. We are pleased that 19 6th graders are now published poets. I would like I'm going to bring this up, sorry. I would like to recognize those students who won the 6th grade poetry awards. I'm going to ask you to hold your applause until all the winners are on the stage. Now, as I call your names, please come forward to receive your awards. Also, would the teachers please stand to be recognized when their names are called? The honorable mention winners are Mia Poon, a student of Karena Jin at Resurrection Catholic School. The title of the poem is I Am Just Looking in the Mirror. Gilberto Torres, a student of Amanda Legate at Berkeley Accelerated Middle School and Advanced Studies. The title of the poem is Nostalgia. Emily Mauser, also a student of Amanda Legate at Berkeley Accelerated Middle School and Advanced Studies. The title of the poem is Goodbye. Sandre Paul, a student of Grace Clement at Rosabelle W. Blake Academy. The title of the poem is My School Schedule. Ella Jo, a student of Kimberly Nolan at Rochelle School of the Arts. The title of the poem is Like Water. Jasmine Joe, a student of Robert Fowler at Rochelle School of the Arts. The title of the poem is Lies and Deceit. The third place winner is Lucia Molina, a student of Karena Jin at Resurrection Catholic School. The title of the poem is Please Forget Me. The second place winner is Silvana Rojas Madden, another student of Karena Jin at Resurrection Catholic School. The title of the poem is Solitude. The writer of the first place poem is Clara Perez, a student of Robert Fowler at Rochelle School of the Arts. The title of the poem is Ode to Dreamers. And now we will hear an excerpt from the first place 6th grade poem.
I am pleased to announce the winners of the 7th grade poetry contest. We would like for all the 7th grade poets who entered the contest to stand and be recognized. Thank you. You may be seated. We have 28 7th graders who are now published poets. I would like to recognize those students who won the 7th grade awards. Please hold your applause until all the winners are on the stage. When your name is called, please come forward to receive your awards. Also, would the teachers please stand to be recognized when their names are called. The winners in the honorable mention category are Elizabeth Timms, a student of Alexandra Coppola at Lake Alfred Polytech Academy. The title of the poem is Elizabeth, called Lizzie. Regina Murphy, a student of Melanie Parks at Resurrection Catholic School. The title of the poem is Reflection. Alexandra Peterson, a student of Annette Campbell at Lawton Childs Middle Academy. The title of the poem is A Dead Love. Vivian Angelis, a student of Madison Blair at Rosabelle W. Blake Academy. The title of the poem is The Cold Truth. Daniel Sepulveda, also a student of Madison Blair at Rosabelle W. Blake Academy. The title of the poem is Porch Swing. Destiny Chisholm, a student of Robert Fowler at Rochelle School of the Arts. The title of the poem is In My Heart. Maximus Longgrath, also a student of Robert Fowler at Rochelle School of the Arts. The title of the poem is Pulled carpet. The third place winner is Julian Zabel, a student of Crystal Robinson at Berkeley Accelerated Middle School and Advanced Studies. The title of the poem is You Cannot Trust My Cat. The second place winner is Annika Figueroa, a student of ELA teacher Annette Campbell and creative writing teacher Stephen Jones at Lawton Childs Middle Academy. The title of the poem is The Black Lines of Print. The writer of the first place poem is Erica Bushin, a student of Melanie Parks at Resurrection Catholic School. The title of the poem is Scabs Will Never Turn into Scars. Now we will hear an excerpt from the first place 7th grade poem. It is my pleasure to announce the winners of the 8th grade poetry contest. We would like for all the 8th grade poets who entered this contest to stand at this time and be recognized. We are pleased that 37 8th graders are now published poets. I would like to recognize those students who won the 8th grade poetry awards. I'm going to ask you hold your applause until all the winners are on the stage. Now, as I call your names, please come forward to receive your awards. Also, will the teachers please stand to be recognized when their names are called. The honorable mention winners are Demetrius Kavis, a student of Victoria Payne at Lake Alfred Polytech Academy. The title of the poem is In a World Painted Bright. Giovanni Hernandez, a student of Samantha Surensey, Sleepy Hill Middle School. The title of the poem is The Journey of an Immigrant. Annabelle Weeks, a student of Alan Zimmel at Davenport School of the Arts. The title of the poem is Whispers of the Moonlight. Leif Jacobs, a student of Marc Villeneuve at Berkeley Accelerated Middle and Advanced Studies. The title of the poem is Why Must I? Kaylee King, another student of Marc Villeneuve at Berkeley Accelerated Middle and Advanced Studies. The title of the poem is The Day It All Fell. Marshall Reese, a student of Michelle Fields at Rosabelle W. Blake Academy. The title of the poem is Purpose. Macy Cottrell, a student of Robert Fowler at Rochelle School of the Arts. The title of the poem is In the Dark of the Night. The third place winner is Madison Smith, a student of Melanie Parks at Resurrection Catholic School. The title of the poem is Beryl's True Peril. The second place winner is Mia Maesco Maldonado, a student of Arlene Alderio at Discovery Academy. The title of the poem is Tasteless Vanity. The writer of this first place poem is Fernanda Rodriguez, a student of Benjamin Goodman at Lake Gibson Middle School. The title of the poem is It's Not Us, It's the Screens.
Good evening. Tonight, I am honored to announce the winners of the 9th grade poetry contest. We would like for all of the 9th grade poets who entered the contest to stand at this time. Thank you, 9th graders. Please be seated. This year, there are 34 9th grade poets in the anthology. Please hold your applause until all poets are recognized and all teachers are recognized. The 9th grade Honorable Mention Award winners are Catherine Noel, a student of Lindsay Hanger at International Baccalaureate at Bartow High School. The title of the poem is La Vie en Pointe. Joseph Hughes, a student of Christopher Lake at Haines City High School. The title of the poem is Where Soft Tears Fall and Sweet Lips Speak. Christian Gonzalez, a student of Clifford Parody at Harrison School for the Arts. The title of the poem is The Iceberg Ballerina. Evelyn Van Duzer, a student of Victoria Williams at Berkeley Accelerated Middle and Advanced Studies. The title of the poem is The Sun and the Moon. Lindsay Harris, a student of Stacy Schubele at Winter Haven High School, Cambridge. The title of the poem is Time. Haley Crewy, a student of Meredith Byam at Winter Haven High School. The title of the poem is Addicted. And Sasha Richard, a student of Casey Smith at George Jenkins High School. The title of the poem is Everlasting Existence. For grade 9, the 3rd place winner is a student of Stephanie Whitty at Haines City High School. The title of the poem is The Veneration, and the winner is Jacob Pascua Robles. The 2nd place winner is a student of Lisa Dalton at George Jenkins High School. The title of the poem is called Sandy and Rob, and the winner is Julie Warren. The writer of the 1st grade poem is Rawan David, a student of Lindsay Hanger, International Baccalaureate at Bartow High School. The title of the poem is Sweet Salvation.
I am honored to announce the winners of the 10th grade poetry contest. We would like for all the 10th grade poets who entered this contest to stand at this time. Thank you, and please be seated. There are 36 10th grade poets in this year's anthology. The 10th grade honorable mention awards go to Itoro Obong Solomon, a student of Michael Geis at International Baccalaureate at Bartow High School. The title of the poem is Fire. Audrey Merritt, a student of Aaron Lavelle at Harrison School for the Arts at Lakeland Senior High School. The title of the poem is Trapped by Six. Kendall Dunn, a student of Clifford Parody at Harrison School for the Arts. The title of the poem is Surf Wax. Alondra Rivera Mora, a student of Victoria Williams at Berkeley Accelerated Middle and Advanced Studies. The title of the poem is 16. Dajane Crosby, a student of Amanda Ricketson at Lake Gibson High School. The title of the poem is Sound of the Boracuda. Barbara Morano, a student of Michaela Barney at Winter Haven High School, Cambridge. The title of the poem is Memory of You. Adelina Lewis, a student of Stacy Schubele at Winter Haven High School, Cambridge. The title of the poem is You're Going to Work Yourself to Death. The third place winner is Veronica Rincon, a student of Nicole Grassel Torres at Haines City High School, International Baccalaureate. The title of the poem is Supernova. The second place winner is Galina Jean, a student of Michael Geis at International Baccalaureate at Bartow High School. The title of the poem is Saints Need Sinners. The writer of this first place poem is Isabella Falgras, a student of Clifford Parody at Harrison School for the Arts. The title of the poem is That Quiet Clink.
I am honored to announce the winners of the 11th grade poetry contest. We would like for all 11th grade poets who enter this contest to stand at this time. Thank you, and please be seated. There are 39 11th grade poets in this year's anthology. The 11th grade honorable mention awards goes to Alberto Cosme Escribano, a student of Nicholas Johnston at Haines City School International Baccalaureate. The title of the poem is The Voice on the Other Side. Paige Cox, a student of Clifford Parody at Harrison School for the Arts. The title of the poem is There's a Place for You in a Wooden Box Above the Bar. Santiago Stella, a student of Catherine Lambert at Ridge Community High School. The title of the poem is Exile and Hope. Alyssa Caraval, a student of Stacy Shalubi at Winter Haven School, Cambridge. The title of the poem is The Weight of Her Silence. Selena Mathaveth, also a student of Stacy Shalubi at Winter Haven High School, Cambridge. The title of the poem is The Veil of a Soul. Anthony Reddick, another student of Stacy Shalibi at Winter Haven High School, Cambridge. The title of the poem is Conformity. William Morocco, a student of Lacey Overbaugh at George Jenkins High School. The title of the poem is Fading Echoes on the Court. The third place winner is Joshua Gonzalez Ramos, a student of Ola Harb at International Baccalaureate at Bartow High School. The title of the poem is A Grain of Wheat. The second place winner is Sierra White, a student of Nicholas Johnston at Haines City High School International Baccalaureate. The title of the poem is Homo Sapien Antics. The writer of this first place poem is James Mora, a student of Nicholas Johnston at Haines City High School International Baccalaureate. The title of the poem is Quadruple Dash Swear.
I am honored to announce the winners of the 12th grade poetry contest. We would like for all 12th grade poets who entered this contest to stand at this time. Thank you. Please be seated. There are 40 12th grade poets in this year's anthology. The 12th grade honorable mention awards go to Landon Bergstresser, a student of Tyler Campbell at Lakeland Senior High School. The title of the poem is Melodies of the Abyss. Sophia Nelson, a student of Clifford Parody at Harrison School for the Arts. The title of the poem is July in Halves. Bella Jones, a student of Kristen Grafton at Lakeland Christian School. The title of the poem is Bear. Brooke Castillo, a student of Stacy Schubele at Winter Haven High School, Cambridge. The title of the poem is Disillusionment. Melina Emerson, also a student of Stacy Schubele at Winter Haven High School, Cambridge. The title of the poem is Blossoms of Change. Jasmine Speakman, a student of Brianne Peterson at George Jenkins High School. The title of the poem is An Ode to My English Teacher. Honesty Jernigan, a student of Lacey Overbaugh at George Jenkins High School. The title of the poem is The Turtle's Journey. The third place winner is Katherine Johnson, a student of Jennifer Kennedy at George Jenkins High School. The title of the poem is Dandelion. The second place winner is Brian De Paz Esteban, a student of Stacy Schubele at Winter Haven High School, Cambridge. The title of the poem is Chorus of Voices. The writer of this first place poem is Syed Robb, a student of Nicholas Johnston at Haines City High School International Baccalaureate. The title of the poem is The Tears of Regret. And now we will hear an excerpt from this year's first place 12th grade poem.
Before we close, I would ask that everyone remain seated until our volunteers on stage can move into the lobby to prepare for distribution of the anthologies. Thank you again to all of our presenters. One of my favorite writers, Mary Oliver, said, "Poetry is a life-cherishing force. For poems are not words, after all, but fires for the cold, ropes let down to the lost, something as necessary as bread in the pockets of the hungry." Students, we sincerely thank you for lighting your fires, letting down your ropes, and sharing your bread. And we hope that you continue to pursue and share your creative talents of expression through language. I want to remind all of our published poets that you have an anthology waiting for you out in the lobby. As you leave, please go to the table specified by your school name to receive your anthology. There is also a table for teachers to get their anthologies, and a table with extra copies for family and friends to purchase for only $10. Teachers, if you have students who were not in attendance, please come to the stage and get their awards and anthologies in the lobby for them. I would like to ask that all the Robert J. Fisher winner, Mary Mayberry winner, and all first place winners please come up on stage for a group picture. Keep going. Thank you and good night.